Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. ये क्लास आज अंग्रेजी में कर सकते हैं क्योंकि कनाडा रशिया काफ़ी जगह लोग सुन रहे। कितने भक्त हैं जिन्हें अंग्रेजी समझ नहीं आती? सिर्फ 3-4 सुन के रहे। और कितनी माता हैं जिन्हें अंग्रेजी समझ नहीं आती? तो अनुवाद हो सकता है।
जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी गोपी जाना वाला वरधारी गोपी जाना वाला वरधारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी सोदानंदन भज नारायण सोदानंदन भज नारायण जमुना तीरा बनचारी जमुना तीरा बनचारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी जय राधा माधव जय बिहारी गोपी जन वाला वरधारी गोपी जन वाला वरधारी गोदानंदन भज नारायण गोदानंदन भज नारायण जमुना तीरा बनचारी Janmatira Anachari Jai Radha Madhava Radhihari Gopi Janavalabha Swadhari Sodanandana Bhajaganarandana Jannatiya Nachari Jannatiya Nachari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Jai Prabhupada 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 Prabhupada. Jai Radha Parthasarthi Radha. Hare Bol Hare Bol Hare Bol Hare Bol. Hare Bol Hare Bol
Hare Bol, Hare Bol. Jai Ho Vishwapad Paramahansa Prabhu Jai Juhan Kishara Abhechana Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Maharaj ki Jai Ho Vishwapad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada Maharaj ki Shri Shri Jagannath Babaji Tirabhav Siti ki Shri Shri Nanda Maharaj ki Shri Shri Gaurasai ki Shri Shri Radha Parthasarthi Lalda Vishaka ki Shri Sitaram Lakshmana Hanuman ki All glory to Samaya All glory All glory All glory to Shri Guru and Shri Guru.
हरे कृष्णा. जो हिंदी में अनुवाद सुनना चाहते हैं तो अद्वैत मूर्ति प्रभु पीछे हिंदी में अनुवाद करेंगे, तो आप लोग पीछे चले जाएं.
Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we're speaking, we have the class in English because many people are hearing it in different parts of the world. That's okay. Om Gyanti Vinandasya Yananjana Shalakya Shri Chaitanya Manobhishna Vande Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. So today is the Disappearance Day of a great Vaishnava saint whose name was Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. Avirbhav and Tirabhav. Avirbhav refers to the day when the Acharya or the great sage appeared. And Tirabhav means what? The day he disappears. So Avirbhav and Tirabhav, it gives us the opportunity to meditate on the pastimes and the teachings of the great Vaishnavas. And usually on Avirbhav and Tirabhav, we try to recall their wonderful pastimes. And by hearing about the pastimes of the great sages, we also get purified. So today is the Disappearance Day of Jagannath Babaji. Jagannath Babaji was a very elevated soul. We can chant his pranam mantra. Gauravirvava bhume swam Nirdesha sajana priya Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Shri Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, who is respected by the entire Vaishnava community and who discovered the place where Lord Chaitanya appeared. So, Jagannath Babaji appeared around 1880, and he appeared in Bengal, and he was a disciple of Madhusudan Das Babaji. And Jagannath Das Babaji was a very, very elevated soul. He would be absorbed in chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and he would spend 6 months in Vrindavan and 6 months in Nagar. He was considered to be an authority on the scriptures, and Thakur Bhaktivinoda gave him the title of Sarvabhauma. So Jagannath Babaji was a very elevated soul, and Jagannath Babaji, he lived on the planet till he was 144 years of age. 144. Jagannath Babaji would study the scriptures along with Thakur Bhaktivinoda, and he had great respect for anyone born in the Dham. Jagannath Babaji was very simple and attached to the holy name. And Jagannath Babaji used to reside in Vrindavan Dham and in Nagar. Jagannath Babaji did not make any difference. He did not discriminate amongst anyone. And Jagannath Babaji gave great respect to even the animals who lived in the Dham. Once Jagannath Babaji requested that one of the Brijbasi householders give him a chapati, and he was criticized. Why such an elevated soul asking for chapati? He said, everything in the Dham is very significant. And Jagannath Babaji had great respect even for the animals that lived in the Dham. There was a puppy dog who had 5 children and who was living next to Jagannath Babaji's house. And Jagannath Babaji would regularly, when he would be eating, he would call these puppies. And these puppies would come and eat from the same plate that Jagannath Babaji was eating. So the devotees said, "You are such an elevated soul, and people are thinking that you have gone mad. You are inviting the puppies to eat with you." Once Bihari was a servant of Jagannath Babaji. Once Bihari took the puppies away and said, "No, you can't eat over there." And when Jagannath Babaji came to eat prasad, he saw that puppies were not there. So he said, "I'm not going to eat till the puppies are also brought." And then the puppies ate from the same plate as Jagannath Babaji. And Jagannath Babaji was explaining, these puppies are so fortunate because they're living in the Dham. And even the puppies are living in the Dham. And in the Dham, everything is auspicious. Even the dust from the feet is very auspicious. So Jagannath Babaji showed us how we should. सुनाई दे रहा था पहले. So Jagannath Babaji was very respectful to even the animals who live in the Dham. Jagannath Babaji, at the age of 140, he lived on the planet till he was 144 years of age. His body began to bend, and his eyes, the eyes would always be closing. So he had two servants with him all the time. They would hold the eyes, and then he would water Tulsi Devi. So Jagannath Babaji was very elevated Vaishnava. Thakur Bhaktivinoda took Siksha from him. Our Sampradaya, Siksha Sampradaya. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur took instructions and Siksha from whom Jagannath Babaji Maharaj. Once somebody gave Jagannath Das Babaji 1 rupee, and Jagannath Das Babaji took it, and he was being carried by Bihari. Then he said, "Take me back to that person." And he was taken back, and Jagannath Das Babaji gave his 1 rupee back. He said, "I don't know how you carry the burden of so much money, but I can't even take 1 rupee from you." You were both showing that everything belongs to Krishna, and our renunciate had a very simple lifestyle. Jagannath Babaji had about 200 rupees saved. His servant Bihari would put all the donations in a bag. So once Jagannath Babaji told him, "How much money do you have?" He said, 200 rupees. So Jagannath Babaji said, "Buy rasgullas from this and feed all the cows." And Jagannath Babaji's servant said, "The cows? Why don't we use this money to give rasgullas to the sadhus?" And Jagannath Babaji said, "These are not sadhus. They're not real sadhus." And he said, "Buy rasgullas and give it to the cows." So Thakur Bhaktivinoda, as you know, was a very great Vaishnava. He described to be the spiritual energy of Lord Chaitanya. So Thakur Bhaktivinoda was working for the British government, and he was not satisfied with what was being presented as the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Thakur Bhaktivinoda would go to different places, study the maps. He was trying to identify the real place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And one day when Thakur Bhaktivinoda was in his balcony, he saw light. And when he went in that direction, he did a lot of research. There were many tulsi plants there. And Thakur Bhaktivinoda concluded, this is the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This is the actual birthplace of Thakur Bhaktivinoda, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Jagannath Thakur Bhaktivinoda wanted this to be confirmed. So Jagannath Babaji, as we told you, at the age of 120, his body bent, and he would be carried in a basket by his servant Hare and sometimes by two servants. But whenever they would enter a Kirtan program, Jagannath Babaji would jump out of his basket and take part in the Kirtan. Otherwise he could not even walk. He was being carried by assistants. But when he would be taken to a program where Kirtan was being done, he jumped up and he would start dancing. So, Thakur Bhakti was convinced that this is the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he wanted it to be confirmed by Jagannath Babaji. So Thakur Bhakti arranged for Jagannath Babaji to come to the location to confirm whether this is a true place. And the moment Jagannath Babaji came to that site, he jumped up 4 to 8 feet and said, "This is it, this is it, this is it. This is the place where Lord Chaitanya appeared." So once Jagannath Babaji confirmed the birthplace, Thakur Bhakti was convinced this is the genuine place. So Jagannath Babaji used to say that we should chant the mantra of the avatar of this age, and he propagated the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. And among his teachings, Jagannath Babaji, he said, if we want to make spiritual advancement, we should avoid the association of those who are too addicted to sense enjoyment. Satsanga Tyaga, Vaishnavachara. Chaitanya Charitamrita says, in order to make spiritual advancement, we should renounce the association of holy-minded people. Association plays a big role in our development of spiritual life. So, on the one hand, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita it said, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Sadhaka. Dharma Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhika. Associate with those who are convinced about the values of spiritual life. And Asat Sangha Tyaga Vaishnavachara. Avoid the association of those who are attracted to sense enjoyment and female. So, Thakur Bhakti was a very great acharya, and he used whatever donations he got to serve the Vaishnava. So we can, on this auspicious day, of our respects to Thakur Bhakti, to Jagannath Babaji, and pray to him that we may also be blessed with spiritual strength. So Thakur Jagannath Babaji said, in Kali Yuga, you chant the names of the avatar of this age. And Jagannath Babaji was considered to be the leading acharya of his time. And Thakur Bhakti took him as a Siksha Guru. So today is the Disappearance Day of Jagannath Babaji. So we should pray to him for his mercy so that we can make spiritual advancement. Jagannath Babaji Maharaj ki. Today is also the Disappearance Day of Rasikananda Prabhu. Narasimhananda Prabhu, one more point. You may have seen that we have a Vaishnava calendar in which we have the appearance day and the disappearance day of all the great acharyas. So that original idea to have a Vaishnava calendar with this information was given by Jagannath Babaji to Bhaktisiddhanta. And so Jagannath Babaji wanted a Vaishnava calendar, and so he instructed Bhaktisiddhanta how to do that Vaishnava calendar. And Jagannath Babaji also identified many of the places in Navadip Dham where Lord Chaitanya performed his pastime. Now when we go to Navadip Dham Parikram, you know beforehand this pastime was performed here, this was performed there. Just like when you go to Braj Mandal Parikram, you already have information on the different locations. That was done by the efforts of the Goswami of Vrindavan. And Jagannath Babaji identified many of the places where Lord Chaitanya had displayed his pastime, and it was his inspiration and guidance that the calendar was developed. So Jagannath Babaji came. So Rasikananda Prabhu was his spiritual name, and he was a son of a king. Many Vaishnava sages were sons of kings. Even Narottam Thakur was the son of a king. So Rasikananda Prabhu appeared as the son of a king, and he was a Gaudiya Vaishnava scholar and the most beloved disciple of Shyamananda Prabhu. And Rasikananda was a head pujari, and he worshipped his Guru Didi Govinda. Once Rasikananda Prabhu was walking and the elephants came to attack him, and he caught the elephant and told him to chant the Hare Krishna mantra, and the elephant started chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. It was really bad. So Disappearance day of Rasikananda Prabhu ki. We'll take a verse from the Bhagavatam. This is Canto 5, Chapter 18, Text 4. We have limited time. Vedanti Vishwam Havaya Ma Nashvaram Pasyanti Yadhyatmavido Upachitaha Tapi Uyanti Vaja Maya Shishimitam Kritam Ajam Nosmi Tam Yanti Vishwam Kavayasma Nisharam Pasyanti Chadyatma Vito Vipaschitaha Tadapi Muyanti Tavaja Mayaya Vishmatam Krityam Ajam Natosmitam Vedanti Vishwam Kavayasma Vadanti Visam Kavayasman Sarvam Pashanti Jadyatma Upasikaha Dhapi Muyanti Tvaja Maya Vesmitam Krityam Majam Natosmi Natam. So we'll go straight to word meaning. Yeah.
English
में पढ़ो.
वदन्ते they say authoritatively Vishwam, the entire material creation, Kavyaha, great learned sages, Isma, certainly, Naswaram, perishable, Pashyanti, they see in trance, Cha, also, Adhyatma, Vidaha, who have realized spiritual knowledge, Vipaschitaha, very learned scholars, Tatha api, still, Muhyanti, become illusioned, Tava, your, Ajo, O unborn one, Mayaya, by the illusory energy, so Vismitam, most wonderful, Krityam, activity, Ajam, unto the supreme unborn one, Nataha, Asmi, I offer my obeisances, Tam, unto him. Translation. O unborn one, learned Vedic scholars who are advanced in spiritual knowledge certainly know that this material world is perishable, as do other logicians and philosophers. In trance, they realize the factual position of this world, and they preach the truth as well. Yet, even they are sometimes bewildered by your illusory energy. This is your own wonderful pastime. Therefore, I can understand that your illusory energy is very wonderful, and I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Not only does the illusory energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead act on the conditioned soul within this material world, but sometimes it also acts on the most advanced learned scholars who factually know the constitutional position of this material world through realization. As soon as someone thinks, I am this material body, aham mameti, and everything in relationship with this material body is mine, he is in illusion, moha. This illusion caused by the material energy acts especially on the conditioned souls, but it sometimes also acts on liberated souls as well. A liberated soul is a person who has sufficient knowledge of this material world and is therefore unattached to the bodily conception of life. But because of association with the modes of material nature for a very long time, even liberated souls sometimes become captivated by the illusory energy due to inattentiveness in the transcendental position. Therefore, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 7:14, Mamev ye prapadyante maya metam tarantite. Only those who surrender unto me can overcome the influence of the material energy. Therefore, no one should think of himself as a liberated person immune to the influence of Maya. Everyone should very cautiously execute devotional service by rigidly following regulative principles. Thus, he will remain fixed at the lotus feet of the Lord. Otherwise, a little inattention will create havoc. We have already seen an example of this in case of Maharaj Bharat. Maharaj Bharat was undoubtedly a great devotee, but because he turned his attention slightly toward a small deer, he had to suffer 2 more births, one as a deer and another as the Brahma Jad Bharat. Afterward, he was liberated and went back home, back to Godhead. The Lord is always prepared to excuse his devotee. But if a devotee takes advantage of the Lord's leniency and purposefully commits mistakes again and again, the Lord will certainly punish him by letting him fall down into the clutches of illusory energy. In other words, theoretical knowledge acquired by studying the Vedas is insufficient to protect one from the clutches of Maya. One must strongly adhere to the lotus feet of the Lord in devotional service. Then one's position is secure.
You can repeat the translation?
Translation again. O unborn one, learned Vedic scholars who are advanced in spiritual knowledge certainly know that this material world is perishable, as do other logicians and philosophers. In trance, they realize the factual position of this world and they preach the truth as well. Yet, even they are sometimes bewildered by your illusory energy. This is your own wonderful pastime. Therefore, I can understand that your illusory energy is very wonderful, and I offer my respectful obeisances unto you.
So in this verse, we read about the transcendental nature of the Lord. It says, O unborn. So the Lord is Aja, unborn. We take our birth from the womb of the mother, but the Lord appears on his own choice. And his appearance is always, what is it? Transcendental. Janma karma chame divya. My appearance and disappearance is both transcendental. So Lord is Aja, unborn, and his appearance and disappearance both transcendental. Just like when Krishna appeared, he appeared in his four-handed form, beautifully decorated, because he wanted to convince his parents, now I appeared, don't worry. And when they said, please transform yourself into an ordinary child, he did that. So the Lord is unborn, and the material world is perishable. Material world is perishable, which means everything is temporary. In the material world, nothing is permanent. And those who think that it's permanent are just an illusion. So, the Vedic scholars are those who advance, who know material world is perishable and full of misery. Dukhalaya Shajatam. It is full of misery and it is temporary. Nothing is permanent. Just like we had this COVID disease, COVID-19, yeah? And everyone said, now it's going, gone. But now they say it's coming back. You got a little respite, but now you see it's coming back with new variation, isn't it? And once this is solved, there'll be some other epidemic. So material life means nothing but misery and everything is temporary. So one who is learned knows that doesn't matter how hard you endeavor, in the end there will be what? Nothing but misery. So a learned scholar knows that material world is perishable. We make big plans, but do these plans materialize? you find even with the best of plans, even with the best of technology, there's nothing but misery in life. And what does a learned scholar do? He preaches the truth. In this verse it is said, learned scholars, they preach the truth. Just like Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita. What is it called? As it is. And Prabhupada explains in the introduction, he called it as it is because he has presented the message in its pure form. So the symptom of a learned sage is he speaks the truth, he doesn't have to deviate, and he has faith in the truth is presented. Krishna will follow, will be happy. He is convinced. Prabhupada was told on numerous occasions when he went to the West, nobody is going to listen to this message. You should also become westernized like us. But Prabhupada refused to water down the philosophy. So that is a symptom of a pure sage. So it is being explained here. One who is learned and advanced in spiritual knowledge knows that this material world is perishable. So therefore, he doesn't make any plans to stay in the material world, and he preaches a truthful message. And sometimes even the advanced souls get bewildered. In the purport, Prabhupada very nicely says that sometimes even one who is learned gets bewildered. So we always have to be careful. Prabhupada was once greeting the deities in England, and he offered some prayer. So when he came back, the devotees asked him, "What were you praying, Prabhupada?" Prabhupada said, "I was praying to Krishna that I may never fall in Maya." So even a very advanced soul, he doesn't think that he doesn't think that Maya cannot touch me. He's always careful that Maya can touch anyone, but we have to be very careful. Prabhupada quotes that verse from the 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. Devesha gunamai mama adhurataya mama prabhadante ayamatam dhanate. This illusory energy of mind is Radha, very strong. And what's happening to the illusory energy now? It's getting stronger day by day. Is that right? Maya getting stronger or weaker? How is it getting stronger? You're finding that it's so easy to flirt with Maya now. Previously, if you wanted to see a movie or go to a cinema, you had to go to a cinema hall, stand in line, buy a ticket, isn't it? But now, on your cell phone, you can watch hundreds of thousands of movies, isn't it? You want to gamble, you don't have to go to casinos anymore. You can gamble right on your cell phone. You want pornography? 90% of people use pornography. Watch pornography. You want pornography? No problem. It's on your cell phone. So, with the passage of time, illusory energy is becoming stronger and stronger. And one who is alert, one who is devoted to the Lord, what does he do? He takes full precautions. Just like these smartphones. We've discussed this many times. So we gave you some examples of how it becomes so easy to keep yourself occupied. You fly on a plane or go to the airport or go to any bus stop, people traveling in the bus, they're busy playing with their smartphones, isn't it? People have found a new way to keep themselves busy. Just keep playing games. You can go on playing. You can play in a cricket match on your cell phone now. So the illusory energy, as Prabhupada is explaining in the purport, is getting stronger and stronger. So what do? We have to be cautious. We have to be careful. So a devotee of the Lord has that same facility, but he uses it to serve the Lord. Just like the smartphones, they are a mixed blessing. For the non-devotee, it provides many opportunities to forget the Lord, to get involved in illusory activities. But what does a devotee do? Devotee puts Prabhupada's books, DVDs, Kirtans, and a smartphone. And he uses the same facility to remember the Lord. So Krishna says, this illusory energy of mine is Durataya. So you may say, Krishna says himself, this illusory energy is very difficult to overcome. So what future do we have? And what does Krishna say? Difficult to overcome. But when surrenders to me, then he can overcome. So what does it mean, surrender to Krishna? Who knows? What does it mean? Krishna says, surrender to me. What does it mean? Follow my instruction, which is there in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Like in every verse in the Bhagavatam, you get information on the process of devotional service. So, one who is intelligent knows material world is very strong. Maya is very strong. So therefore he takes full precaution. He knows if I don't take precautions, I can be also influenced. In the Bhagavatam we have the example of putting butter on fire. You put butter on fire, it's going to melt. So one who is intelligent knows how to avoid Maya's influence. And what are the guidelines? Chant the holy name. Just like in the Upadeshamrita, Rupa Goswami says, the holy name of the Lord is sweet like sugar candy. Everyone likes sugar candy? People like sweets, no? That's why they have so many diabetes patients and Cadbury, and the sweets get bigger. So, when we surrender, we do what Krishna wants, then you can avoid the influence of illusory energy. So the holy name of the Lord is sweet like sugar candy, but because our tongue is affected with avidya, we can't taste the sweetness of the holy name. So what does Krishna say? Is there a remedy or there is no solution? There is. What Krishna says, you chant the holy name attentively, then the disease will get cured and you'll be able to taste the sweetness of the holy name. So, what is being presented in this verse is that the learned scholars who are advanced in spiritual knowledge, they know the real philosophy and they preach the truth. The genuine sadhu preaches the truth. He doesn't preach to attract money or followers. He preaches the truth to give people the real philosophy. And the real philosophy is there in the scriptures. So, they preach the truth, and by preaching the truth, the sincere devotee takes advantage of it. So, in this verse and purport, in the purport is making the point how anyone can get influenced by the illusory energy. And he gives the example of King Bharat. King Bharat was ruling over the whole planet, and the whole planet was known as Bharatvarsha, because everyone on the planet was happy. And the king ruled over the planet, and then he retired to the forest and gave the responsibility to his son. But King Bharat, when he was practicing austerities in the forest, he saw a she deer being chased by a lion. And the deer was pregnant. She took a big jump to save her life. She died, but the offspring survived. And King Bharat took this as a divine signal that he should look after the baby deer. And he got so attracted that he got attached to it. So, even an advanced soul can get bewildered. Subhari Muni was a very powerful Muni, and he was meditating underwater, and meditating underwater for thousands of years. And there he saw two fishes mating. And he just started thinking about the pleasure you get in this activity. And just by thinking of that, he got up from this meditation and he went to the king requesting that he wants to marry one of his 50 daughters. But how did this downfall start? By meditating on the pleasures of sex life. Even a Muni got bewildered. Ajibel was a Brahmin, born in a Brahmanical family, and regularly chanting the mantras. And Ajibel had gone to the forest to bring fruits and flowers of puja. On the way back, he saw a prostitute with her lover, and he started meditating on what he saw, and gradually his spiritual life became weak. So the point is, on the spiritual path, the devotee always has to be careful. The devotee always has to avoid what is detrimental. We cannot take it for granted. I'm such an advanced devotee, nothing's going to happen to me. A devotee is always alert. And what is being explained in this verse is, in the purport is that the illusory energy is very strong. And in order to protect ourselves, one should follow all the spiritual standards. So how can you protect yourself? First is sadhu sangha. Take advantage of sadhus. And who is a sadhu? One who has spiritual qualities. Sadhu, one becomes a sadhu based on qualities. So, I spoke with genuine sadhus. Devahuti wanted to know from her son, how can I free myself from this entanglement? The son said, by following the process of bhakti yoga. And then the son said, by attachment to the transcendentalist, the doors to liberation opens. And the same attachment is towards the materialist, and what happens? You get bonded. So association is very important, and therefore Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made this the first point, association. Now, if you are in genuine association, then what is the result going to be? You will get a genuine message. And the genuine message is, Hare Ram, Eva Kevalam, Karuna Seva Nasteva, chant the holy name, chant the holy name, chant the holy name. Shukadeva Goswami was asked, how will people in Kali Yuga be saved? And by Parikshit Maharaj. And Shukadeva Goswami said, Kare dosai nidirajan, asikamana. Kirtana Deva Krishna said, Mukta Sangha said, by chanting the holy name of the Lord. So, if you have genuine association, you're going to get genuine guidance. And that is chant the holy name of the Lord. This chanting of the holy name is being done in every corner of the globe, in every background. And why is it working? Well, that is the remedy for this age. Our acharyas have said, chant the holy name. In the commentaries of the acharyas, you hear about constant emphasis on the chanting of the holy name. So if you have genuine association, then you'll get the real message. That is to chant the holy name. And if you chant the holy names, what happens? Who knows? What's the benefit? What does that mean? Yes, if you chant the holy name, the dirt in the heart begins to get cleansed. And you can experience that yourself. When you chant nicely, attentively in the morning hours, you feel spiritually strong all day, isn't it? And if you don't chant, then you feel spiritually weak. Your Maya looks more beautiful and Krishna looks ugly. And if you chant properly, then Krishna becomes beautiful and Maya becomes ugly. Is that right? So chant with that Brahmana. What else? If you chant the holy name, what else happens? You experience Ananda Buddhi Bodhana, real happiness. So this chanting of the holy name is the strongest weapon against Maya. So, spiritual association, chanting. What else? What else? Reading the books, studying the literature. That is very important also. We devotees know the importance of book distribution, but we don't always know the importance of reading the books. We don't always meditate that I must read the books. Why? Because the Lord has given this transcendental literature. Why? For us to read. So Prabhupada said, when Krishna sees that we're reading his books, Krishna is very pleased. Krishna sees, here is someone trying to understand me. If you did a survey of devotees around the world and how they came to the movement, you will discover that nearly 50% became devotees because somebody gave them a book. Sometimes you have cases where somebody got a book 10 years ago, and then he got influenced by the philosophy. So reading is very important. And now, one of the positive things of these cell phones and smartphones is you can carry proper books in your pocket. Whoever dreamt that a day would come when you'll be able to carry the whole Bhagavatam in your pocket? Did you ever think of that? At least I never thought. But now you can carry proper books in a smartphone or a small, keep it in your pocket, and whenever you have a chance, you can read. So the materialists invent technology, and the devotees use the technology to serve the Lord. So association, sharing the holy name, and reading the book. Is that all? Or more? Worship the Lord with love and devotion. In other words, when we see the deity of the Lord, what do we say? Here is God manifesting as a deity, Archa Vigraha form. Don't think this is just a statue or something. We have a devotee who is a very nice devotee, but his family are all Arya Samajis. So they say, God has no form, and they're such staunch Arya Samajis that even when he brings prasad from the temple to his house, they won't touch it. They know, I'm an Arya Samaji. So, when you worship the Lord with faith and conviction, you must understand, here is God present, and this God can do anything. The Mayavadis say, look at these Vaishnavas. They offer something, and then they take the plate out, and they say God has eaten. How is God eaten? When we eat, our plates become empty, isn't it? But when God eats, the plates remain full. So we should have full faith, Advaitam Achyutam Anadi Ananta Rupam, that God can appear in many forms. That is God. So that is the Archa Vigraha form of the Lord with faith and reverence. So if you follow these guidelines, then you'll be able to fight with Maya. Then you're definitely sure to succeed on the spiritual path. So in this verse, we see that the monarchy is explaining the importance of spiritual life. The Lord is unborn. He doesn't appear like us. We appear due to our karma. We appear due to the influence of our past activities. The Lord appears on His own free will in His transcendental form. And the Lord can even appear in the form of a fish, half man, half lion. The Lord's appearance is inconceivable. For those who are advanced in Vedic knowledge, know that the material world is perishable. Perishable means temporary, means full of miseries, to Kalayam, as we just said. And one who is spiritually elevated, he presents a pure message. He does not dilute it or pollute it. He presents as it is. And if we get the message as it is, then we can advance spiritually. So the devotee is always offering obeisances to the Lord, and we have faith in the instruction of the acharyas. If you read Prabhupada's purports, they're all based on the purports of the previous acharyas. And if you follow them, you're going to succeed spiritually. So in the verse, in the purport, Prabhupada is making the point that the devotee, even in an advanced position, thinks that I can also be a victim of Maya if I'm not careful. So we have to be very careful to accept what is favorable, reject what is unfavorable, and then you can succeed on the spiritual path. So if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Gita, that will give you spiritual strength. And you need the spiritual strength to defeat Maya. So we have all the ammunition that we need. We just have to use it. And in the association of devotees, you will get proper guidance. Because when you associate with devotees, sometimes you may associate with those who are more advanced. Sometimes you may associate with those who are equally advanced. Sometimes you may associate with some who are less advanced. So when you meet somebody more advanced, you become joyful. Because you're going to get something that's going to help you on the spiritual path. When you meet somebody equally advanced, what do? You make friendship. Friendship in spiritual life means we work together to preach the message of the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, he sent Nityananda and Haridas Thakur to preach. He didn't send them individually. You go together and preach. So, when you meet somebody equally advanced, you make friendship. The Prachetas were from great austerities. And the Lord said, I'm very pleased by all of you. With all of you, I have only one business, devotional service. So we work together, to please the Lord. And when you meet somebody less advanced, what do? Compassion. Preach. And there is no limit to preaching. Because there are always so many people in ignorance who need to be enlightened. And even an advanced devotee should be careful. Maya can touch anyone. So we should always be careful. And that is possible if we're regularly reading and chanting. Hare Krishna. Okay. You can take some questions if you have. Yes. Mike. क्वेश्चन आप लोग हिंदी में भी पूछ सकते हो, पूछना।
महाराज बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद महाराज, बहुत वंडरफुल क्लास। तो महाराज जी, जैसे आप कह रहे हैं कि हमें अलग अलग डिवोटी से अलग अलग तरह का बिहेव करना चाहिए, लेकिन हमारे अहंकार के कारण हमें ये भी तो लग सकता है कि मैं ही सबसे ज़्यादा एडवांस डिवोटी हूँ।
तो वो विचार से हमें मुक्त होना चाहिए। आध्यात्मिक मार्ग में विनम्रता ज़्यादा आवश्यक है। अगर हम सोचें कि आई एम मोस्ट एडवांस, आई डोंट नीड एनी गाइडेंस, मुझे कोई शिक्षा की आवश्यकता नहीं, so then usually you don't make much advancement. If you're humble, meek, anxious for guidance, then you make advancement. Pride is our enemy on the spiritual path. That's why Lord Chaitanya said, more humble than a grass. So that's reality. ये जो चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कहा, चिनाद विसुनिचेना, आप ये मत सोचो ये तो artificial है, artificial humility. You must cultivate real humility. Real humility means, I am fool number one, but I need guidance. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by Prakashananda Saraswati and his followers, you are such a prominent Sanskrit scholar, क्या आप पागलों के साथ नाचते हो गाते हो? उन्होंने क्या कहा? मेरे गुरु ने देखा और कहा, तुम तो मूर्ख हो, तुम्हारे में ज़्यादा योग्यता नहीं है, सिर्फ योग्यता है गाय नाम को अपनाने की। We have to put all this in practice.
Thank you, Maharaj.
More questions?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
So once, we heard here that even the great learned people can get impacted by the illusory energy of the Lord.
If we're not careful.
If not careful. So, in a practical scenario, we as a devotees, practicing devotees, if we get minor or major, impacted by illusory energy. So what is the mood of a devotee? How does he act after getting impacted? Does he atone, or how does he take those that it shouldn't happen again? What does he do practically so that not to again fall into that?
In English there's a phrase, once burnt, twice shy. So if you burn your fingers once, then you should take a precaution it doesn't happen again. A devotee who thinks Maya cannot touch me is foolish. Just like I gave you the example, Prabhupada was greeting the deities और भक्तों ने पूछा आप क्या प्रार्थना कर रहे थे, तो प्रभुपाद ने कहा भगवान से प्रार्थना कर रहा था कि माया का असर नहीं पड़े मेरे ऊपर। तो जो महान संत हैं वो भी सावधान रहते हैं। हरिदास ठाकुर, Maya Devi came to attract him, but he just took shelter of the holy name and he was protected. So we have to take shelter of the holy name. That should be our first business. And if we take shelter, what does it mean, taking shelter of the holy name? I chant my rounds regularly. I chant. Is that right?
Yes, Guru Maharaj, thank you.
Any? Yes. Mataji in the back. Yes, so get the mic there.
हरे कृष्णा। गुरु महाराज प्रणाम स्वीकार कीजिए। गुरु महाराज, जैसे मैंने खारगढ़ के लेक्चर में आपसे सुना था कि भरत महाराज के बारे में, और आज भी आपने बोला कि भरत महाराज काफ़ी एडवांस डिवोटी थे, लेकिन माया देवी ने जो है उनको एक हिरण के रूप में उनको आकर्षित किया। तो उसमें आप बता रहे थे कि माया देवी जो भरत महाराज थे उन्हें जो है उन्होंने ऐसा सोचा कि ये जो हिरण का बच्चा जो उस पानी में गिर गया वो भगवान का प्लान था, तो वो सोचने लगे कि ये भगवान का प्लान है। तो ऐसे हम भी सोचते हैं कई बार कि हमारे सामने भी एक जैसे ही कंडीशन आ जाते हैं कि लगता है कि ये भक्ति भी है और कभी कभी वो माया जैसा भी लगता है, उसमें हम जो है अपने समझ नहीं पाते, हमें लगता है ये भगवान का ही प्लान है कि भगवान मुझसे ऐसा करवाना चाहते हैं। तो उस कंडीशन में कभी कभी हम बहुत गलतियां कर जाते हैं। तो इन गलतियों से कैसे बचा जाए और किस तरह से जो है हम अपने आप को मतलब बचा के भगवान की सेवा कर सके?
अगर हमें लगे कि अगर हमारे मन में थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन है, करें नहीं करें, करें नहीं करें, तो फिर नहीं करो। और ये है चाणक्य पंडित का उपदेश। और अगर आप ये निर्णय नहीं कर सकते कि ये अनुकूल है या प्रतिकूल है, तो टेक एडवांटेज ऑफ साधु संग, पूछो किसी से। रूप गोस्वामी उपदेशामृत में कहते हैं 6 प्रकार के संबंध होने चाहिए भक्तों में। Reveal your mind to those who are more advanced and take instruction. Then serve prasad, eat prasad. Give charity and accept charity. So then you ask somebody who's more advanced, Babaji, I have these 2 situations, which is better for my spiritual life? रूपा गोस्वामी कहते हैं कि अगर हम चाहते हैं कि भक्ति के मार्ग में उन्नति करें तो 6 प्रकार के संबंध हमें स्थापित करना चाहिए। एक है जबकि मन में जो भाव है, विचार है, वो कोई प्रश्न है तो पूछो किन से, जो आपसे ज़्यादा उत्तम है भक्ति में। ओके,
हरे कृष्णा। थैंक यू महाराज।
Any more? I can't see it. Any more questions? Huh? It's fine for you now. Okay. Okay. Time for Pushpanjali. Hare Krishna.